It's September 15th, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
All right, welcome to episode 393 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshy. Hello, Welshy.
Hello.
Hello, and we also have with us Ham. Hello, Ham.
Hey.
Ham, we've missed you. And also with us is Stryder. How you doing, Stryder?
Hey, everybody.
So, before we begin, let me remind you all that the show is recorded. Yes, it is. It's blinking. I see the red light. It's not over my head. I know it's on the screen. Recorded before a live audience of which you may be a part. Anyone can listen in and message about the topics as they're discussed, and as they're discussed, hopefully some relevant URLs will end up into the chat window, so you can see what's happening. But of course, you can always head over to the MODSonair.com website and see all of the links for all of the shows we've ever done. But
including last week's PAX Prime episode.
The 2-hour edition.
Mm-hmm.
A very good episode.
Yeah.
Anyway,
to yourself to watch
I
it.
was in it, so it just makes it instantly good.
And if you haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes, and now we may officially begin.
All right.
Don't touch the USB port. It's flaky. Okay.
Flaky. That's a fun word. Flaky.
Especially on dessert.
I don't know, but it can also be a very dirty word. Like when you go to the doctor and tell them it's flaky.
That's true.
Gross. I've never had to have.
No. I've never once had that kind of conversation.
Never going to Jersey again.
Okay.
Xbox on.
Oh, that's a little bit loud.
Whoa.
All right.
It's on.
Yes, I wanted to talk about this commercial that we're showing right here. Xbox One's commercial that's been hitting the TV
Whoa, whoa,
I
whoa.
haven't seen it.
is lacking in anything
What's going
video
on here?
games.
Stop tweeting shit.
Half part of me was like,
Crap.
I'll do it to get some people in, but the other part of me was I knew you'd have your phone near.
8 of them.
Wow, that's very interesting. A commercial for a video games console that has no video games or shows
right.
no video games.
That's right.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happens when you rebrand yourself as an entertainment console. It's ridiculous.
I guess we have to stop talking about it now since it doesn't have anything to do with games.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. So
We're not
now-
an enter-
Wonder what's going to happen when someone watches porn on an Xbox One.
Yes.
The entertainment industry. The adult entertainment industry. So,
I'll have a sex box.
Well, but then you have to.
Xbox One.
Nobody in their right
Stop
mind. is gonna do
texting
that.
shit.
I'm not doing anything. No one in their right mind is going to watch porn on Xbox because you have to use Internet Explorer.
Oh,
And it'll watch you back, so
Yeah.
look! If you want to watch stuff that is on your computer and you want to watch it on your TV, I highly recommend the Google Chromecast. I used it again last night. I was like, I want to watch a movie, and I can't find it on Netflix. I can't find it in my library. So what I did was I jumped onto my Chrome browser. I went over to Amazon Prime, got the movie I wanted, press play, press broadcast to my Chromecast, and in the other room I'm watching a TV, watching the movie.
it's in
And
Canada.
this is just that simple?
Yeah. What do you mean? How can that not work in Canada? You broadcast from one computer to the other.
That you can do, except we can't just
Nothing
go
to watch.
online and look at a show. Everything's all
Oh.
blocked.
Yeah, that's Amazon. Okay. All right.
My
Well,
problem with that is internet. And my internet cannot handle that.
but I think it's broadcasting locally when you're streaming from your browser.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, be doing it like on Bluetooth or whatever. Won't it?
But he's talking about actually streaming the movie to his browser. His bad
Yeah,
enough.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about streaming the movie in the first place.
It's such an easy device to use. Okay. Anyway. All right. Is my phone in here or is it in the other room? Because I keep hearing it ding. Or
Yeah. See, you're getting all kinds of.
is it me?
notifications of fucking horror.
I love it. I love it so much.
Ding, it's okay. It's interrupting
Twitter's
the show.
going to have their IPO here right away, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty soon.
they're going public. Yeah.
That's going to be another one of those Facebook ones that's going to be stupidly overpriced and then tank.
Nobody's going to buy any shares. Yeah.
Well, Facebook, I think within this week they have had the highest
Stop
stock
it!
value.
The highest
I'm
what?
not doing anything.
Now somebody else is tweeting shit. They're retweeting stuff. You're killing me.
Who knew you could have so much fun?
I have to put that on mute.
Well, that's a good way
My
to
phone's
fill
going
the show.
nuts now.
Okay, so what is this other thing that's going on that I think Cam started to talk about? Facebook?
Well, within this week, after Mark Zuckerberg gave some sort of talk, Facebook's value has risen to its highest ever, I believe. I could be wrong about ever, but I know it was higher than it was before this discussion he had, public discussion, and I just find it all to be ridiculous. We know Twitter's stock is going to be overvalued. I think Facebook's currently is. Here are companies that produce no products.
And that's what I don't get. Like I buy stock, but I buy stock in companies that produce physical assets. It's not just a bunch of ones and zeros. And that's what these technology stocks essentially are. You're buying nothing. You're buying a thought process. And it all runs on the whim of whether whoever's controlling that thought process is the tail or the dog. And it also boils into public hype.
Exactly. It's a lot of public hype, and Facebook is not going to be around forever. I mean, they're trying to do the best they can to integrate themselves into people's lives. But look at something like Zynga. Look at something like MySpace. Look at something like, I don't know, whatever else there's. People, Pal Talk or whatever the other hotness was. It's all trend-based, and some trends and fads last a bit longer than another, but now you've got this Pinterest thing. This stuff is ultimately all flash in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's I'm tired of seeing, hey, here's how to make money at Facebook. Here's how to make money on Facebook. You know how you make money on Facebook? It's a 3-step program. Number
Turn
1,
off Facebook.
Turn off Facebook. Number 2, get a job. Number 3, make money. Fuck.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry. That was look at us talking about
Actual real world things.
Yeah.
Look at that.
well,
Things of consequence.
our work is done here now.
Show's over. Rolling credits.
Roll the
Yeah. All right. News on news on Grand Theft Auto 5. There's some news out there saying that. Well, first of all, it was leaked. They're saying, but this is a game that's probably not even going to end up on the PC. Who knows? Well, all right. It'll end up on the PC next year.
I saw something.
End up on PS4 and PC.
I saw something last week that was somebody snapped a picture in a video game store in Australia of PC boxes, but they were pre-order boxes, so they're probably empty.
Mm-hmm. Of course they are.
For the PC version, but I'll probably pick it up. I haven't decided whether I'll get it console yet. I kind of want to wait for the PC version, but I at least want some sort of like, yes, we're doing the PC version. I don't care if it takes a year, that's fine, but at least tell us whether you're going to do it or not.
If the PC version was available on launch, I'd buy it. But now, because it's not, I probably won't buy it because all the hype and excitement will be gone.
Well, at least we'll have reviews already by the time we get the PC version, probably.
Yeah.
But I expect it to be a great game based on what I've seen.
Well, anyway, what's been going on with this thing is that Microsoft has banned some consoles that are running the leaked version. Good, they should.
Duh.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Now, are these people who are just playing a leaked version? Well, obviously they'd have to be connected to the net, right? Or
Yeah. Well, doesn't this one? Oh no, does this one have multiplayer, or is that a separate Is that GTA Online?
It comes with multiplayer, but I don't know if that's.
But then again, I guess because I don't think you can turn off achievements or anything. So even if you get an achievement offline and then go online,
well, you probably have to.
Whoever
when
did
the second
it,
you
they,
install it.
yeah, whoever did it, they took a screenshot of them playing it, and it had their gamer tag on it. Well, hello. And then Microsoft traced back their gamer tag and banned the account. Duh. I mean, these people. This is another reason why we should not be engineering natural selection out of our society. We are bubble wrapping these morons, and they do stupid things like this, and then they're going to turn around and say, "Wah." But all of my other games, I pay. Well, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know how they get these leaked copies or anything, but I'm not into the whole console scene. I don't know.
Neither. I got rid of all my consoles, actually.
I'm debating it. But then again, I've only got the little Xbox.
Okay. How about another game that you may or may not be interested in if you're bored sitting around? I don't know. Is there a holiday coming up that anyone would be sitting around at? Not that I can think of right offhand.
Thanksgiving, maybe.
Maybe. Well, all right. Well, there's Rise of the Triad. Rise of the Triad has some DLC coming along with it, and I have some videos so you can actually see what this thing is like. I didn't notice the price anywhere, though.
It's free.
Hey, imagine that.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't find the price.
No price, it must be free.
Over 20 levels of explosive single-player action, plus unique multiplayer maps.
Wow, that's so Unreal Engine, it hurts.
Well, if you look at their website, it talks about how they made the iOS version of Duke Nukem, or something like that. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
That is a huge list of fixes as well.
Yeah. But hey, we're talking about a game that you can get in there for quick arena play and just have some fun.
Yeah.
Just get to blow stuff up.
Yep. Jump in, jump out.
I've yet to play it. I guess I should watch some videos of it being played, and if it's any good, pick it up on single player. I know it's pretty hype when I attended some panel for it. I guess 2 years ago now.
Huh, Dunes of Hazard. Wordplay.
You like that? You missed.
Oh dear.
You see what they did there?
They're all named that way, huh?
Yeah, testing tube or testing tube.
Skyfall.
Skyfall. Soon to be sued by James Bond.
A dish served
Yeah.
hot.
The soundtrack is like every Chuck Norris film I've ever seen.
Hey, crayfish. Okay. I'm actually saying check it out if you have some time. It's supposedly free. If you're looking for something to do, play it.
I just made it up. It may not be free, but I hope it is.
Made it up. Oh my goodness.
Now you're giving inaccurate information.
Well,
Yeah, you got Morph's attention.
it probably is going to be free, based on everything they said before. And crayfish, we I don't know.
$15.
We're not against it.
$15
For the entire game. That's the price of the entire game.
Mm-hmm. For the entire game.
$15
All right.
is a lot more than free. That's like $15 more than free.
True.
Lie to me.
Well, I know it's a lot to pay when you're expecting free, but
Well, at least it's not $15 a month.
Right. That's right. Okay. How about another game? Another game that was just released. Arma 3.
Whoa.
Who's got it?
Me.
Really?
How can
got
you
it
have
already?
it? It's like a 12-hour download for you.
Because I pre-ordered it months ago.
Oh, so you've been downloading it for months.
Yeah, well, no, I actually downloaded it in like one day. Actually, it's only like a 4 gig download. It actually went pretty quickly. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Should I get it?
How many keyboards do you own? Well, she's unimpressed.
Well, no, I haven't had a lot of time to play it.
He thinks it's the same old game. You can read it in his face. I'm looking at it right there. Same old game. I'm bored.
Yeah. Same old game.
Go back to jail.
On the same piece of turd.
I will say I was much less excited for this than I thought I was going to be.
Is it because you're playing the alpha?
Maybe I don't know. Again, haven't barely had any time. I played it for maybe half an hour yesterday, so I haven't really got into it. I'm kind of hoping we're gonna get like a group of people and we're gonna jump in and play some stuff. What I am excited about for this is modding is already huge for this game.
Already?
Oh yeah, since alpha, since the second they put the alpha out there, people have been making maps, making skins, making weapons,
Well,
porting stuff.
that's got to be good no matter how you look at it, I think.
Yeah. Some guys working on an all-in Arma mod, which essentially allows you to play everything from Arma 2, Arma 1, and some of the Operation Flashpoint, I think, in this engine. So it's like you're playing the same thing, but it's in the new engine, so it looks even better. It's with the new controls, the new animations.
Okay, so
Just pretty awesome.
So is it mainly, are we just looking at a visual upgrade rather than mechanical or functionality?
No, I think they've done a lot in terms of player control. It's a lot easier to play now.
You only need 4 keyboards.
And a stinky foot.
And stinky foot.
Which has nothing to do with that.
Morphus asked if it ran smoother.
It does, yeah. Breezy's right. The AI is much better because you had kind of two choices of AI in Arma 2, particularly. You had the AI that was against you that would just kick the living shit out of you, no matter how good you were, and then you'd have the AI that were on your team that were just like next to useless. They were only good for one thing, and it was shooting them in the head and taking their equipment. Like that was it. But yeah, no, they've improved a lot of it. The controls are a lot more smoother. It's a lot easier to get into combat, particularly close quarter combat. In Arma 2, if anyone got within 30 feet of you, it was kind of just like, oh no, neither of us are going to be able to shoot each other. Now they've kind of, they've worked on that a little bit, and it's much better. There are still improvements they need to do, but they've said that themselves. They're like, they're still working on a lot of stuff.
Okay. Is it release quality?
Yeah, I'd say it is. There's not. I will say there's a lack of things in there. There's a lot. There's only one.
Things?
It only comes with one jet, and there's only like two trucks, and it's kind of just like okay. But that being said, modding will take care of that in a huge way. And they're now with Steam, so there's Steamworks for the mods as well. So it's a built-in game. There's a Steam. You hit the Steam Workshop button, and you can subscribe to mods.
Okay.
And anytime somebody who's doing that mod releases an update onto Steam, it auto updates for you.
So is this still?
Is there a Grecan level?
A what?
Grecian. Grecan.
Grecan.
Grecian, as in
Greek.
leveling
In Greece.
Greece. Yeah. Yeah. It's still the same island. They just renamed it, I think, just to avoid any other issues they may run into.
I.e., developers getting imprisoned and
the main map is massive. It's huge. It's like twice the size of any of the ones from Arma 2. I forget the exact size of it, but
Okay, so you heard it here. Well, she says go out and buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely.
that was well, yeah. I haven't had enough time to play it. I've only had time to play maybe 20 minutes.
From your impressions, it sounds like if you liked part 2.
If you like Arma, you just buy this, or you should. If you like Arma, you should have already bought this. There's no excuse.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I think, with Arma. If you like Arma, you've already bought this. If you don't like Arma, you're not going to buy it because you're not going to like Arma. Period.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those games where it's either you love it or you just hate it. There's no middle ground.
Arma is an elitist type of game, and it's not for a console controller player, and it's definitely not for a Call of Duty type of player that just wants to run and gun and shoot and run and gun and shoot and run and gun. Oh, I died. I'm going to respawn and run and gun and shoot. It's not that type of game. It's a walk and sneak and run and sneak and walk and run and fuck, I died. All right.
Yeah. One thing I will say is it's now in DX 11. So it looks like, particularly the night stuff with the lighting for vehicles and stuff is just amazing.
I did see some screenshots and looked almost like a photograph. It was kind of wild. And I guess they've got the lighting down really well.
Yeah. I mean, it looks great. There's no. Does it suffer from the Arma 2 thing of like, unless you've got 6 graphics cards and it does, if you can't max it out, because it does suffer from that a little bit, but hopefully they'll optimize it a bit more like they did with the others.
Over time? Is that when they do it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. You want to talk a little bit about what's going on in our chat window?
I don't know. I think we should. Yeah, I think we should.
a little discussion about old school versus new school versus grainy versus tiny.
The thing is, you look at and you know, this is Crayfish starting to has generated, and this is how we interact with our audience. See, if you were in this chat window, you'd be able to interact, and we'd be interacting with you right now, and you would feel like you were part of the show. But anyways, he's mentioned that, you know, we were given a hard time about a reboot of an old game, an old style FPS, old school kind of thing, and it's not necessarily that. It's I think if people live in that, and this is my take on it, if people live in that mindset where everything has to look exactly like Medal of Honor and Call of Duty, like, and I'm not talking the new ones, I'm talking old school, like the original Medal of Honor, the original Call of Duty, that's what it's got to look like, and that's where gaming peaked for them. If people keep trying to put out that same game, you're stagnating, and nothing, no new developments, no new storylines, no new features or anything like that is going to work its way into the genre, and you're going to just end up, people are going to get tired because you're going to be playing that same old shooter, whether it's, and really they're all corridor shooters, but then it didn't matter that you were playing them outside, they still played like a corridor shooter. You take that and you go now to stuff where you've got storylines, you've got visually I don't want to say stunning, but you've got visually pleasing maps, you've got and environments and scenarios, and you can buy into it. However, the detraction of that is if it goes too far to that side, you end up getting no content, all fluff. Let's make it look pretty and shiny, and people will buy it, aka the Call of Duty schlock that's churned out on an annual basis. there's a balance in there where we need to, as an industry, start getting more ideas and get some actual ingenuity into the stuff that's being released, rather than sitting on the safe fence and pumping out the same shit. And then you get the indie devs, or and even then, sometimes not even just the indie devs, but the thought process is, hey, let's go old school, let's go retro. It's fine to a certain point to do that, but to come out with a game and say, hey, this is a reboot of an old school FPS, and it's just there's no value in that. You're paying a quarter of the price of a 2013 or 2014 game, but you're not getting any technological advancements. You're getting that look of old and that feel of old. And is it going to make it fun? No. Killing Floor was brought up by Foyleman.
Mm-hmm.
Killing Floor was priced right.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't say it was anything different than what it is, but I think it was fun just because it was co-op. It was, and it wasn't.
I think it's a little more than that though, because they've done a really good job at making that fun, like the gameplay, the way the mechanics work in that game. I think we bought it because it was 6-player co-op. That was the reason. That was the hook. That was let's buy it, and then we started playing it, and it's like, actually, you know what? This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was well balanced, and at all the time, it was challenging. Whether and it's scaled well. So if there was 2 people playing it, it's scaled for the 2 people. If there was the full group of 6 playing it, it's scaled for that group of 6. It was good in that sense, and it could I still pick it up and play it? Yeah. But is it going to be easy to walk away from? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the proof is that we will, like, hey, there's nothing to play. Well, let's play Killing Floor. Okay. It's an easy one to play for an hour or so and walk away from. There's no hook to keep you playing that. It's like Old Faithful. Really. It's like, hey, what should we do? Let's watch the ground erupt water again. Oh, yeah, there's nothing else to do. Yeah. Go ahead. I know you want to chime in. I can see it happen.
No, I was just going to say that I think a lot of the old school reboot stuff.
Yeah, he gets excited. The camera starts shaking. I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk to you.
It's like an art movement type thing where the next trend is a sort of reaction against what's currently out. So we see a lot of these old school, these things that sort of proudly proclaim to be old school, and it's just a reaction against all this sort of super high budget, wanting to be film like things. Like, you've got these certain games that try to emulate films, and then you've got the reaction against it where it's like, hey, games are games, they should be fun, they don't have to emulate real life.
And I think that is the key point right there, is that games have to be fun. And I think there is a way that you can have games that are fun and be super visually stunning and be movie-esque. However, what tends to happen is it goes a little bit too much to the Hollywood side and ends up being so movie-esque that it ends up being not fun.
Heavy Rain is a perfect example of that. Well, it's a good concept. It's a cool little thing, and I feel everybody should at least play that, because it is kind of like, it's different, but at the same time, at varying points, you end up realizing that you're just sitting there watching a movie, essentially. And you just say, and then it gives you choices of, like, essentially, like, oh, do you want to go left or right? It's like those books.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, go to, and you go, okay.
Oh my god! Let's go back.
But oh, and I always look tired because it's 9 a.m. in the Sunday morning here. You try getting up at 9 a.m. after a Saturday night.
But I'm not excited to watch rebooted movies either, Foyle.
No, that's my point.
Like, how many more times do we need to see the Incredible Hulk movie made horribly remade again?
Or Spider-Man, or
Spider-Man. Or
Superman.
Unreal Dead. What was that one that we went and saw?
Oh, Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. That was like the corniest corn.
That was.
RoboCop. That's coming out soon.
Oh, come on.
It is.
Yeah, I knew RoboCop.
On.
I just saw the trailer for that. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, and you know the worst part about it is there's a bit in it where like he's got the blue, you know, the kind of metal suit with the rounded head, and the guy goes, "Oh, it's not really that tactical. Paint it black." And
yes, I know. He says that.
He actually says the word that that's a quote from the. Just like, oh.
It's not that tactical.
Yeah.
Painted black.
That's such a stupid thing to say.
You're coming with me.
We're in the jungle. Yeah. You're not very tactical. Paint yourself black. It's the jungle.
You guys get the GoDaddy commercials down there, don't you?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, but I don't watch enough TV to see them.
All right.
Yeah.
Bloodsport. Jean-Claude Van Damme, the guy that did the splits and made his living doing the splits.
I saw.
I swear to God, that's him in a GoDaddy commercial.
It is.
Bongo.
No, it is him. Yes, it is. Go to the GoDaddy website and you'll see him on it.
How have they fallen?
I'm he was doing the wasn't he doing like Coors Light commercials as well?
Really?
Was he?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. He is just super selling out. Got to make his money how he can, I guess.
A great website makes new customers say, Van Damme.
Oh.
Yeah. Is he?
That was a joke that didn't need to be ever made.
No.
I'm not sure why he's playing bongos either, but that's...
No,
all
and
right.
maracas.
Yes. Where were... No, don't ask. Okay. Anyway. Talking about sharing.
Thank you for generating that. Thank you for generating that conversation for us, Crayfish, and hopefully we have resolved your issues and proven ourselves to be totally biased, because we are.
And I was about to say, and if we didn't, we don't care.
That's why we've got the show, because we're opinionated and biased.
And we want you to know it. Steam is offering a family sharing plan, which I think we kind of brought up, but it's going to be available very soon in beta. It's about the turnover.
I saw that and I thought, you know what, this is a good idea if it's going to be implemented like the iPhone family plan is, where, okay, I'm sitting in my house and I've got, my iPhone has a game on it, and my wife's iPhone can have that same game on it, and we can play each other on that game. If Steam does it where it's like, oh no, you can remotely log into that computer if from the same house, but you still have to buy multiple copies of it, it's pointless to even say that. Like,
to play together, you have to have multiple copies. The benefit is that it's just like having the disc on your shelf. You still need the disc in the side of the computer in order to play it, because it needs to read the CD, but you can say, here you go, you can play it while I'm at work.
I don't buy it.
I think it's a good step.
All that means is that you'll be sitting there at work saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to play this game, and you're playing it, and I'm like, oh, well, Eric's giving me permission to log into his account, and I'm going to play it now.
But no,
it'll be abused.
I think
I don't see a benefit to this.
What I'm reading is that you can share, so you authorize an account to play the game, so you don't get access to, say, my account, but I can kind of like share a game with you. So if I own a game,
which is great. So you buy a game like Arma, and I'm like, oh, I want to try it. So I'm going to try it, and while I'm trying it, I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, realistically, did we all need to buy copies of the Lara Croft one? No. It's a single-player game. All right, Eric, you play it. Ham,
and that's where it would work.
But isn't that violating their whole thing of, hey, we're going to charge you to allow a different person to play the game. They're not. I don't see them being able to make money from this, which is why it's not.
Well,
they won't.
I don't read anywhere where it says that service is free.
What, the friends and family one?
True.
Yeah, like it kind of reads like it's a package you pay a little bit extra for.
Maybe.
I don't think it's gonna end up being that way. It doesn't say it's free, but I don't think it's.
It doesn't say that. On the other side of the thing, it doesn't say that directly there that you're gonna have to pay for it, but it also doesn't say it's free.
So I mean, there's been a lot of controversy over this, or I don't know, just talk, because some people don't seem to like the implementation of it. And the implementation is that you don't share a specific game or a specific set of games. You share your entire library, and only one person can play a game from that library at a time. So, for instance, if I'm here on my PC and I share my account with someone else, and they're on their PC and they're playing their game or playing a game from my library, if I decide that I want to go play a different game on my own account, it's going to sort of kick them out of whatever game they were playing. It doesn't matter if they were playing the same game as the one I'm about to play. It's just that if you're playing any game from my library, if I go decide to play any game from my library as well, then it's going to kick you out since I'm sharing with you. And some people thought that was bad. It's bad implementation. Like, I should just be able to basically share a specific game or a specific set, or if I go to play a different game than the one they're currently playing, it shouldn't kick them out. And I don't know if it should be that way, or I don't. It just seems very confusing.
I think what they're trying to do is, you know how if you've got like a shared computer, say in your living room, and your brother and your sister all use it, and you install a boxed copy of a game or a boxed copy of any software, you essentially install it on all 3 accounts in that computer. If you do it from the admin side, I think that's what they're trying to say. So like, oh, I buy this game, but now my brother can play it when he logs into his account because I've shared it with him. That's a good idea, but it's just how they implement it. If I'm not 100% sure they mean that you can be in 2 separate places. Is what they get. So
yeah, because I was going to say, what implications is that going to have to, say, Breesy, where okay, I'll share a game title with Breesy. It's a new release. Breesy can't get it for another 2 weeks because he's in the UK.
They did say that region restrictions are still in place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, B. I'll have to wait.
Because I just wonder if you have to, you could do this, but the computer has to be the same and in the same physical location.
I think there's some wording in there that says that you can be very far away as well. I'd probably have to reread it to be sure, but I think there's some hints towards like, yeah, you can be really far away. You don't have to be within the same household. It's just that only one account can play from a shared library at a time.
Yeah.
So
hold on. It says once a device is authorized, the lender's library of Steam games becomes available for others on the machine to access, download, and play through simultaneous usage of an account. It says what? Though Jesus Christ, I can't even read. Though simultaneous usage of an account's library is not allowed,
right?
The lender may always access and play his games anytime.
Oh wait. Simultaneous use of what?
Simultaneous usage of an account's library is not allowed. Therefore, you cannot play the same game at the same time.
That's not what that says. No, that says you can't access the library at the same time.
Right.
Not the game.
Exactly.
The entire library.
Yeah. If he decides to start playing with a friend that is borrowing one of his games, the friend will be given a few minutes to either purchase the game or quit playing.
And it says somewhere that you aren't sharing specific games, you're sharing your entire library.
Yeah, I think
that's true.
That reads like, yeah.
Which
I don't want my entire library shared with people.
Well, that's the thing. I've got quite a few games on my library as well, and a lot of them I've never even played. Stupid Steam sales.
Yeah. Get you every time.
I didn't even look this year.
Well,
fuck Steam sales.
This there weren't that many for me this year. The summer sale. This works for an actual family within one home.
You can
or
you
one
can
PC.
the maximum you can have is 10 devices, by the way.
I mean, it's fine. Seems reasonable enough.
You know what? I think this wouldn't be too bad if it's going to be implemented. Where, hey, you know what? I can, as long as it doesn't tie out the whole library. Because I mean, Breezy's a sucker, and he buys.
I'm reading it here. Can I share specific games, or do I have to share my whole library? Libraries are shared and borrowed in their entirety.
Right. So you borrow the library, but does that mean that you can only play one game out of your library? So, for instance, if I'm playing a game on Ham's library, can Ham play a different game out of his library?
I don't.
Or am I checking out the whole library?
I know it's hard to say.
The whole library.
Oh, here we go. Can a friend and I share a library and both play at the same time? No. A shared library may only be accessed by one user at a time.
Okay, so really all they're doing is they're giving remote access. They're giving IP access for your account.
Yeah.
To a different location.
I'll tell you where this kind of comes in handy. Back in college many years ago,
do we want to know?
He experimented a little.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get around to playing games as often as I would like to. So there would go weeks at a time where I wasn't able to really log into Steam. I was doing work. And so there were a few people who I played with regularly online when I did play Counter-Strike. And there's a guy, and I was stupid. I admit this is a really stupid thing to do. But I said, look, I'm not playing for 2 and 3 weeks at a time. You can use my login info. Here's my account name and password, and you can do that. And so one day at school, I go into the computer library, and somebody's installed Counter-Strike, so I go to try to log into my Steam account, and of course the password's been changed. And this guy either he gave my info to somebody else who stole the account, or he just stole the account himself. But eventually I didn't have an account, and I had to go through the support process to get my account back. It took like 2 weeks. With a feature like this, I'd be able to share my account and not have to worry about people stealing my account. And I imagine I probably had a similar story to a lot of people with Steam support who gave out the account username and password and ended up having their account stolen.
That seems like a very unique situation, though. I don't know how often that occurs. Maybe it occurs more often than I realize.
I think it does. I think people share account names and passwords and get their account stolen. I mean, that's a lot of times. I believe that's how people get their accounts sort of hijacked, so to speak. Is it's not that somebody sort of had a keylogger; they just sort of carelessly gave out their username and password. It probably happens less often now.
Can all Steam games be shared with friends and family? No, due to technical limitations, some Steam games may be unavailable for sharing. For example, titles that require an additional third-party key, account, or subscription in order to play cannot be shared between accounts. So anything that you've bought on Steam that they then gave you a CD key, a product key, and said, "Here, you got to put this in," you can't play that. It's actually quite a few games if you think about it.
That's quite a few games that I got, like on a Humble Bundle or something like that.
No, I don't know. We'll see how it flies. Honestly, there's very little benefit in that I can see to this scenario.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the same house, I would just be like, "Here, I'm already logged in. Just play."
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, like you said, Stryder, we'll see where the benefit comes in. I think people are already trying to figure out workarounds. Some people are saying just have a separate account for every game, which is kind of unreasonable.
Oh God! I have like 173 games. That ain't happening.
I don't even know how many games I got. I'm scared to fire up Steam.
And then other people are saying, well, you might be able to share your library, and then you can go offline and play your game while somebody else is sort of playing, and that might work, but we don't know. They may say it may do something like if you are currently sharing your library, you cannot play offline. So that might happen.
Ew.
Why is it asking me for my password?
Oh, see, you should have shared, not given your account up to somebody. Now you know. There he is. There's your lesson. Okay, here's one for you. Nazi Zombies Army 2.
Because Nazis haven't been done. Zombies
it's happening.
haven't been done.
No.
And there were so many questions. There were so many questions left unanswered with the original Nazi Zombie Army.
Nazi Zombie Army 1. No, this is quite clearly a money grab. There's no other reason to do this, because I can almost guarantee you that little zombie pack they put out sold quite a lot of copies of this game.
Mm-hmm. I bought one. The first Nazi zombie game, yeah.
Did you?
It was fun. Played it in the office for a few weeks.
I didn't know if it was going to be fun or boring.
I'll share it with you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Paul Storm. Germans can't play this because it's probably banned.
Yep. Or if they do play it, it'll be this weird, like, cut-down version.
Is this a third person?
Yeah, Sniper Elite. Well, it is. It's third person until you scope in to stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And
Which is kind of interesting because they're throwing waves of zombies at you.
do you? And this is, I don't know. This might be an obvious question, maybe not. But can you only play with a sniper, a rifle,
No.
or variations of a rifle? Okay.
No.
No, you can pick up like an assault rifle
All sorts
and
of
stuff again,
weapons.
but their big like sales point for this game was the whole you're a sniper and you sit in the thing and you fire the bullet and you get to watch the bullet flying and like it's showing you get to see where it hits in their body, and sometimes like if you hit them in the right place their heart will explode, and that was it. But then now you're just taking that away. Just going here, just run around and shoot zombies. Okay.
They're taking that away?
Well, they're not taking it away, but like that, the way that this gameplay just breaks that mechanic. Because who the fuck stands there and shoots with a sniper rifle when you got waves of zombies coming at you?
They're pretty slow. So for a while you can do that, and then they start getting backed up.
It's like
was Sniper Elite the one where if you jumped off into the bushes, your gun was replaced by a leaf?
I don't remember that. Oh, I do remember that. That was Sniper Elite. Yes. That was Sniper Elite. If you watch one of our long ago past episodes, you'll see a review of Sniper Elite. Where it looks like you pick up a leaf.
No. You're
That
talking
wasn't?
about something else. No, you're talking about something else. You're talking about shit. What was it? It was you're talking about the review with going down the rope and like getting stuck on the rope. Yeah, that was not Sniper. That was not Sniper Elite.
All I remember was, why am I holding a fucking leaf again?
Yeah, that was not Sniper Elite.
Sniper Ghost Warrior?
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Two different games.
Breezy's favorite game, apparently.
Oh, I admit that game was
he's walking around. He's like, I've got a leaf. I've got a leaf.
Yep. Okay.
These are the burning questions that need answered, people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's ask Van Damme.
Modern Suitor.
Man.
Go ask Van Damme.
Yeah.
Back when it was Bloodsport, just kick. Look at me, I can do the splits.
Oh, I have it on the 21, 22, 23. I seem to be missing something here, or I have them backwards.
Backwards.
No, or I don't have a picture for it. That's what's wrong. I don't have a picture for Outlast, now available on Steam.
That sounds like. Never mind.
We all knew where that was going.
Morphous, I kind of miss games like that. A two-directional joystick. A is punch, B is kick, C is jump.
We need more
3
like that.
buttons, 1 joystick.
So here comes a horror game.
And I think, you know what,
As
I'm
Halloween
glad
comes.
it's not these anymore.
Halloween's on its way. Yeah, what did you read?
I read 2 reviews for it, and they both said it was pretty good. I was surprised.
Is this the one that's written by like some journalist woman?
Maybe.
Oh,
I mean,
By a woman.
I am looking at this video. Let me rewind it and play it again while I read the words AAA quality graphics. In 2 colors, black and green.
What does that even mean? AAA quality graphic? What?
I don't know.
Why does that even need to be a point?
Yeah, that's not even a.
The graphics are great, but the gameplay is awful.
Yeah.
Should be AAA quality gameplay, why don't they?
Yeah.
Like that.
AAA quality gameplay. That's, mind you, saying AAA quality gameplay, then you end up with something that you're just watching cutscenes. Now
Right.
move. Now there's a cutscene. Now move. Now there's another cutscene. Now move.
Mm-hmm.
AAA.
Okay, this is over on Steam. If you're something else for you to check out with Halloween coming up. Here's one that caught my attention called Ryse. R-Y-S-E. All right,
Okay.
This is right here. Ryse to Rome. This one is supposed to be a game by Crytek.
This was a pact. I still didn't watch this.
Yeah.
This is an Xbox One exclusive, if I'm correct.
Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah. This is gonna
From
be
Just in time for the launch of Xbox One. Yes.
Yeah, from what I've
This
heard
is
about
the
this.
game for the Xbox One. It's that whole entertainment console.
Mm-hmm.
That,
And
doesn't
from what
have
I've heard about this,
features.
it was like this. Everybody got really excited about this, and then they played it at PAX, and it was not so good.
Yeah, it's a bunch of QTEs. Is what it ends
Yeah.
up being. And there was, I know there was at E3 there was talk of how great it was. People got a chance to
Yeah,
have a
that's what I
hands-on
mean.
with it, and they were saying that there were these really strange quotes that came out of the hands-on time, and some of the developers were saying something along the lines of, "You should always be able to win." Like somebody had this hands-on. They wrote about it and they said that even when they missed the time allotted for the QTE, they still sort of performed an execution. And they asked the developer, like, why is that the case? Why did I still sort of perform this execution? And he said, well, people feel bad if they lose, so we have to make it so that everybody
Suffer,
wins."
bitch. Really?
People feel bad if they lose.
Yeah.
Good God.
And
Here we
I know
go,
that-
bubble wrapping society again. What's going to happen when all these emotional?
Hey, it's the Super Bowl.
douchebags
Oh, here you
go?
go. Have a trophy that's the same size because you lost.
Everybody in the league wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I know that sounds
You know
so
what?
crazy.
What is going to happen when all these emotionally fragile douchebags grow up and turn into adults? We're going to end up with a society that's totally dependent on foreign workers or what? Like, they're not going to be able to cope. I need you to file these. Why are you so mean to me? Like, fuck off.
Press A to feel good. That's a different game.
That's a vibrating game. That's press X to win, A to feel good. Decision.
Press start for the happy ending.
Ah,
It's a good game.
Gross.
where Xbox One is watching you. Oh my.
I
Took an arrow to the eye.
for it.
Yeah, I'd like to help you, but I took an arrow to the eye.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump over to one more topic here. Enough of that. Let's talk about car sales, right? Anyway, here is something being put up
Let's
by.
talk about car sales.
Here is a game which I'm assuming they made with the Kinect or a bunch of Kinects inside of a hangar, I think, and a car, Lexus. It's pretty. Let's jump to the better parts. Okay.
'Cause
Nope,
there's
let's
better
jump
parts.
ahead. Okay, so, nope, I jumped too far. Okay, so here we have two people in the car, the driver and the navigator. The navigator plays on probably a Microsoft Surface. Press start and draw the map that he has to drive on. And you have to draw it over the pickups that are along the way so you can pick them up. I think it looks pretty neat.
Why?
Why? Yeah, this is not practical, obviously, but I think it's a pretty interesting idea, and just because it can be done, and maybe it leads to something else.
All the dude's got to do is just drive around in the hangar, and the rest is just post-processing video. I don't know that I buy this, but sure, whatever.
No, I wouldn't buy it either. I just thought it was a pretty interesting idea that they're.
I don't buy that it's actually real.
No, I would. No, if it's not real, then I'm really disappointed, and then I should be shamed.
You should be shamed anyways.
I don't
We even pick on each other. So you guys and your lawyers sending us letters. We'll talk about the. You know what? We hack on everybody. We're equal opportunity offenders.
Right. All right. That's my list of stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna throw up this little poll here, which I wish I could throw a poll into a window, and I can't actually do that. Can I? They didn't add poll options, did they?
Poll?
No.
Yeah, I can't put a poll in the chat window.
You can type it in.
Yeah, I can't do a poll. So I guess I will do a. All right. For ending videos, I'm going to give you guys an option.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's exciting now.
Oh, we got to count A for option 1, B for option 2. How many options
How about
are
just
there?
the numbers? Why not just numbers? Why do we have to use letters? Doesn't that make it confusing?
Because I tell you what, because Breesy never learned to read.
I was gonna go with he can't count higher than 10.
Okay, well, how about
Yeah, and you get people picking 3. There's only 2. You can't pick 3.
Okay, what are the options? Okay.
Yeah, let's do options. Who gets to vote?
everyone in the chat window gets a vote? Here you go.
Even the women?
There are no women in that chat window. Don't kid yourself.
If you're bald, you can't vote. All right. We have Bert and Ernie get dirty. We have
Bert and Ernie.
Right. We have what am I going to call this one? It's not porn. It's not a porno. And the third option is a crazy Japanese commercial.
Oh, I know which one I want, but I don't get to vote.
You don't.
No, he's a woman.
He's not bald. You guys don't know what these are, do you? Because they're not in the topics list. I keep these semi-private.
I'm going purely off title. I know which one I want.
So vote in the chat window, and then
chat window, people.
Just vote there, and I will, in the meantime, do a wrap-up of our things. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about.
I do want to say one thing. I know you all always say stuff to me about this, but I just found the quote about the Ryse thing I was telling you about. And this is from E3. The guy says, a button prompt appeared, and he missed the button prompt. And he said he missed it. And, but then he still got the cinematic kill anyway. And he was like, okay, is this a bug? He asked the developer. And the developer said, and I'll quote, no, it's not a bug. We don't want the player to feel frustrated. So... So this guy pressed the wrong button during the QuickTime event prompt, and he still got the benefit of it. And he's asked, well, why did that happen? And they say because we don't want people to feel frustrated.
Why wouldn't you just set the controller down and watch the movie then? Because that's what it's equating to.
It's not even that. It's then what is the point in the QuickTime event and in the first place then?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no point in it. If you can just sit there and not press anything, just remove it and just have it as a little cutscene.
Yeah, that's the state of games. Nobody can lose.
Okay. Nobody can lose. I like that game.
Xbox One's new slogan: "Nobody can lose."
You're not a loser anymore.
Everyone is a winner.
I'll put my vote. I want number 2.
Because you're a sick bastard.
Yep.
So
yes, I am.
So 2 and 3 are in for a tie. Okay, 2 and 3, huh? Porno or Japanese?
How about a Japanese porno?
No, that would be awful.
No. Yeah.
Number 4.
All right, well, and on that note, I am going to thank our host for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you very much, Welshy, for joining us today.
No problem.
And Ham, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And finally, Stryder, thank you very much for joining us today.
It's always an adventure.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I want to finally thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com, because you make this show possible. And until next weekend, go play some games. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com, and please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners. All right.
Hey, hi. My agent just called. I got offered the coolest part. It's not a ton of dialogue, but it's gonna be so great for me. I know it.
What is it?
So basically, my character's in this ratty apartment, and this guy I'm seeing comes in, and he's like, "Get down on all fours." And I'm like, "Okay." And I start crawling, and he follows me into the bedroom, and then he flips up the back of my skirt and starts eating my ass. So he's screaming.
So it's this huge bonfire orgy, but we're all naked with these pitch black eyes, and we're just going at it like animals. There are like a lot of people in the scene, but because I'm doing my girl from behind, you can totally see my entire face.
So I'm sucking the midget guy's dick when his brother comes in, and he watches for a second, but then he's like, hurry up or whatever, and then he sends in 4 naked women to join.
Yeah, it's just a few lines, but you get to have sex with the lead. It's set in the 1930s though, so they want to know if your hoo-ha is shaved in case they need to get you a merkin.
A merkin?
A wig for your vagina.
And at the exact same time, we all start climaxing, and we're just screaming.
What's wrong? Who is that?
Over, he starts jerking off over my chest, and I'm like, no, not on my dress, not on my dress. So I pull down the top of my dress, and he just shoots it all over my tits, and I'm.
Where's hot vampire number 1?
Hi, it's Kate, actually.
Whatever, just go over the bed and tear off your robe.
Hold on. Kelly, sweetheart, you just got a role in a porn.
You're doing porn? Porn.
You did a fucking porn.
What? No, it's HBO.
Oh! Oh, I love you so much.
I'm so proud of you. Oh.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
And action!
It's not porn.
It's HBO.
With 108 Emmy nominations, it's not porn, it's HBO.
Okay, tune in next week for a crazy Japanese commercial.
That was number 2.